Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Juventus CREMONESE. In this episode we do have the January transfer window to kick off this episode. I'm going to just run you through my plans real quickly. We're going to replace Bonucci with a signing that I know who I'm going to bring in for that centre back position. We are going to look to move on Cuadrado, because in real life he isn't going to renew his contract. He's 34, he's still worth a decent amount of money, so I might as well cash in him now and replace him. And one thing you'll see is Paredes has been recalled from his loan. He's gone back to PSG. We're going to be selling Di Maria. We've got Mohamed Itatlan back from his loan, so he can replace Paredes in the second team, as I plan to use him in that second team. I might loan out Elling Jr. because he hasn't got that much game time. I plan to use him, so I'm going to loan him out. We're going to promote a youth academy player this episode to play him in our next game. But first of all, let's make a signing, and I'm going to show you who we're going to bring in for that centre back position. Once I've made that signing, let's get into it. As you can see, we have a plethora of options for players we could bring in. At centre back, there's only one player though that I feel like I want in this Chrome mode because I've not used them, and I don't think I would ever use them in any other Chrome mode, and that is the Italian Gianluca Mancini. Only costs 38 million, so he's a pretty cheap defender. 26, 82 overall, sorry. And he's got Serie A experience, obviously doing quite well for himself at Roma in real life, and in this Chrome mode they're sitting in 4th place and they're 1 point behind us. But I feel like, you know, we're Juventus, we can offer him the money to drag him away from Roma. So we're going to see how much Roma want for him, offer him the wages and bring him in to replace Bonucci in the first team. Let's get into this deal. And as you can see, we're making a very big signing here. We're bringing in Memphis Depay for 42.6 million from Barcelona to replace Juan Cuadrado when he eventually leaves this team. Who better than Memphis Depay to replace him? 28 years old, 85 overall, is a decent player. Can play centre forward, can play left wing, can play right wing, can play striker. Can also probably play cam. He's a very good player that's going to do well for us. I see a very experienced player. And you can see he's going to hold up number 14. I'm not sure if that's the number we're going to give him for now. That's the number he's going to obviously wear in for this cutscene. Let me show you how the team lines up with Mancini and Depay into the team. As you can see, this is our team will look with Mancini in. Is going to go into that left centre back role, which means the captaincy will go over to Danilo. It's the only other player with the leadership trait. Depay, we're going to convert him to a right wing, and he's going to play this position for the rest of the season. Obviously, with the other formation we used last episode, you can rotate with Chiesa on the wings and in centre forward, as we are converting Chiesa to a centre forward as well. So we've got quite a few options when it comes to rotating players. Obviously, we have Pogba back into the team again. And I think there's one more signing I want to make, but I'll leave that. In fact, I'll show you right now. Let me cut to it. Signing is this man, Lionel Messi's contract is expiring at PSG, so we could bring him in on a pre-contract deal. Let me know down below if you want me to do that, as it could be a fun signing for us in this Chrome mode. We could put Chiesa back on the wing and play Messi as a centre forward in this team. That's how we could line up with him. Obviously he comes over to Serie A, we try to win the Champions League with him. We try to win the Serie A. And yeah, let me know if you want to see this signing. I think it could be a nice little storyline for him. Obviously we've had Ronaldo here. We could also bring Ronaldo in. If you wanted to see that, we could have Ronaldo and Messi in the same team. So yeah, let me know if you want me to bring in Lionel Messi on a pre-contract for next season. And let's get into some gameplay. Before let's go up against Fiorentina here, we are going to sim this for the second team, which is quite risky because they are doing quite well for themselves in this Chrome mode. But as you can see, we're going to play Bonucci in the second team for now, and he's going to replace Rigoni in that centre back spot. We're going to start Kostic for the rating boost. Let's sim this game against Fiorentina, as our next game is a very big game. Now we're going to play. We get a 3-2 victory. De Sciglio gets injured though. Sule gets a goal. Kostic gets a double. So we get an injury, but we also get a victory. So there's positive and negatives from that game. Well, let's get into our next big game and show you what it is. So here we are, the first game in the episode which we're going to play is against Inter Milan. And if you have been watching the series, you'll know that Inter Milan actually picked up a 1-0 victory against us earlier in the season when we last played them, and since then they brought in Ciro Immobile. Interesting signing from them. Obviously, as you can see, Bastone's back in the lineup, so he's finally getting played by them. They're currently top of the table. I think they're like 4 points clear of us. We're sitting in 3rd place, not that far behind. But yeah, it's not wasting any more time. Let's get into this game up against Inter Milan and hopefully pick up a victory to avenge that loss earlier in the season.
You can start to put that back line under a bit more pressure.
They're running from range. And it's just wide, which confirms my suspicions. They have sold Lautaro Martinez, I'm not sure to who. That's a big sell from them. Chiesa getting that box. Chiesa. Kostic in. Chiesa buried that. And we're 1-0 up here. Filip Kostic has got insane crossing stats. Whips it onto the head of Federico Chiesa. All he has to do is put it into the back of the net, and he manages to do so. It's not the easiest header he'll ever have, but it's not the hardest. We're 1-0 up here against Inter Milan. It's felt very similar to the game we played against them earlier in the season, where like it's going to end like 1 or 2-0 because both sides aren't being clinical enough. But Federico Chiesa there gets the ball, gets there before Bastoni and puts it past Andrea Onana. We're putting out all the tricks there. Not sure it's the time and place for that, but okay, Depay. To be fair, they tell him to pass that. That's just the game's fault for not actually making him do it. But Barella, Nicola Barella shows his quality and puts the ball in the back of the net from range. It's just a set up from him, and I had to block the other players. I had to mark them, and Chiesa just not Chiesa. Barella just has the space to put in the back of the net. It's a great finish from him. Danilo, good defending there. I can just get the ball away. Yes, we can. So I had to Sule. Oh, come on, ref. It's a 1-1 draw against Inter Milan. We'll take it because they'll win. They are league leaders. But again, I feel like we deserve to win. I'll just go and get Spezia here. We're going to swim with the second team. As you can see, Danilo's in a right back spot due to the injury to De Sciglio. He's only out for a couple of weeks. We get a 3-1 victory with Pogba, Mohamed Italian and Moise Kean getting goals. Okay, for this game against Fiorentina, we're going to submit with the first team and hopefully get a victory. Hopefully Depay can get on the score sheet, get his first goal for us, or goal involvement. And we're going to pick up a 4-1 victory with McKennie, Vlahovic, Chiesa and Vlahovic getting a goal. So maybe Depay got an assist in there somewhere. He did go off before the last 2 goals and McKennie came on and scored, so there's that from him. Okay, for this game against Spezia and the Coppa d'Italia, we're going to sim up with the first team with Moretti back in the lineup. Just giving some game time, so we're hopefully going to get a win here up against them. And we pick up a 4-1 victory, Vlahovic with 2 goals, Kostic with a goal, and Vlahovic actually scored a hat-trick. Love that from him. For this game against Cremonese, I actually want to play the highlights of this one because I want to give 2 players their debuts. You can see Mancini is our homegrown talent. The Cam is 70 rated, as you can see. Hidalgo at right back. We found it next Javier Zanetti in him, so we're going to get into this game up against them and give them their debut. We're just going to see what Erling Jr. is about as well. Let's get into this one, hopefully pick up a victory over Cremonese. And the first time we get a free kick, and one thing I wanted to talk about is I've changed the camera angle a little bit. I've put it back to the co-op camera that I usually play on. I've just zoomed it in a bit more than I usually do. So from this free kick, we're actually going to give it to Sule, as he is the best at free kicks, apparently. And we're going to just absolutely lever this from this range. This is probably going to go over the bar, actually. Sule from range. Sule, that's a fantastic free kick. From the young Argentinian. You know who that's like, a certain Argentinian who does that celebration after he looked at the camera. Lionel Messi, a player that we could bring in, as I mentioned, at a pre-contract. Sule possibly showing a reason why he is branded as the next Messi, for me anyway, in this Chrome mode. We're going to try and make him the next Lionel Messi. Get a chance there with Sule again though. So let's go out wide. Can he play that into Moise Kean? Yes he can. Moise Kean, can he make it 2-0? Yes he can. Obviously up against Cremonese. It ain't the hardest team to beat. They are like bottom of the league. But it's a good game for these players to show what they can do. You can see Radu's in net for them. I didn't actually know Radu wasn't in net for them. A Romanian from Inter Milan. I do want to see what Mancini is about, so hopefully I can get him on the ball at some point. I think he's actually about to on the ball. Yes he is, here he is. And it's dispossessed straight away. Love that. Well, Cremonese actually get an attack here. 2-0 up as we are. Obviously Bonucci is in defence, along with Gatti. And Rugani is going to be that like 5th choice centre back. Just him being the more of a rotational than Gatti and Bonucci are. A good save from Perrin there, and we get a bit lucky though. In fact, it ended it for us. Now late on here, Sule bleeds on the ball again, unless it's been taken off. Now here he is, the man who's got that wonderful free kick. It's over to Moise Kean, back to Erling Jr. Moise Kean through here to Fagioli. And that was going in. That was going in. Fagioli's just been denied of a goal, but we'll get a 2-0 victory anyway. Let's continue with the episode. We've got a lot of games to get through this episode. Up against AC Milan here. They currently sit 10 points below us in the league in 5th place, I believe they are. They're on 42 points, we're on 52. So because we've got a bunch of games to play, like I mentioned, we are going to play the highlights of this one. Up against AC Milan, we've got 2 other big games after this, which we probably might just sim. Due to the fact that we need to get through quite a lot of games. Like I keep saying, we need to get through. There's a lot of games that we need to play this episode. We want to get through to at least the quarterfinals in the Champions League in this one. Let's get into the highlights against AC Milan. Hopefully pick up a victory over them.
Ideal. My name's Derek Ray. I'm delighted to have alongside me.
Okay, so the first highlight here is the solo run for AC Milan. Sorry. Let me know if you prefer this camera angle compared to the classic one where it's more zoomed in. I can zoom in the camera a bit more if you want me to. So I know the fact that it's closer to the action is better for content, but Leao puts some windle up here. 8 minutes in, Rafael Leao scores. Does he have his face scan yet in career mode? No, he doesn't. It's unfortunate. But Milan actually have another attack here. They are, like I mentioned, they're 10 points below us. So realistically, it shouldn't be that much of a difference between us. That's 10 points, obviously. It's a decent advantage, but it's not the most like shocking lead. But we don't actually have an attack yet, so this far on, we've got Depay, you know, Chiesa, like Vlahovic, Pogba, I think he's starting, but defended there by Bremer. Okay, we've got a crossing opportunity here. Can we make good of this one with Vlahovic? Is he making a run into the box? So that's the question. It's on Vlahovic. Yes, he is. It's actually Chiesa. And Chiesa somehow doesn't score there. Now we actually have a counter-attack here. 72nd minute. Locatelli now. Wasn't the greatest touch from him, but he does well to recover. Okay, Federico Chiesa. Fantastic from him. Chiesa hits it. Chiesa! But Mike Maignan makes a save. And somehow, you tell me, but Inter Milan. Oh yeah, no, it makes sense. Okay, I'm not gonna go with that. What I was gonna say, that would have been stupid. Can I caught someone short here? Yes, we can, but we're gonna whip this one in here. Not sure how good this cross is gonna be. It's not the greatest, or it wasn't the worst. It wasn't really the greatest free kick opportunity. But we might get a loss here to AC Milan, which is gonna hurt our season a little bit, but it is what it is. If we do lose, we lose. Unless we somehow get one last final attack, which will be, asking a lot. And we're not going to. It's going to be 1 loss to AC Milan. But we're just going to keep moving and get into our next game. Okay, for this game up against Lazio here in the Coppa d'Italia, we're going to play the highlights of this one. You can see we've slightly rotated the team, brought in Rabiot and Moretti into the side. Let's get into this one, hopefully get a couple more attempts than we did than we were given in the AC Milan game. Okay, well, first attack here is, surprise, surprise, an attack for the AI. Hopefully it doesn't screw us over too much in this game. Got a slight kick clash here. As we're wearing the white, they're in the blue. They're the away team, so they should be in their away colours. But there's probably a white kit, ain't it? That's why they're in the blue. So we could have gone in our alternate kit, the pink or the black. But this attack here, obviously Lazio are without Ciro Immobile now. He's moved to Inter Milan, as we saw. We actually have a solo run here. It looks like who's actually played all the way through. I think it's Vlahovic who's been played through here. So it's Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic now wasn't really the greatest run from him, to be honest. Get it here to Kostic and play it back into Vlahovic. Isn't showing the best dribbling capabilities right now. We're going to play that over to the pie where it gets deflected and headed away. Right, Forza to Vlahovic. This kick clash is really annoying me, not going to lie. There's some Vlahovic now. Can you keep hold of that ball? Yes, you can. I'm going to play it in here. Chiesa now. Why can't we find Vlahovic on that ball? Yeah, Vlahovic now. What is this press from Lazio? Can I just step away from it, please? That'd be nice. Okay, we're going to lose the ball there. I'm actually glad we lost the ball, so it actually can give us a different attack, because that was going nowhere. The press from Lazio was just insane there. We've got one defender all the way back here, so Cagney tries to go forward, but Mancini drops him. Love that from him. Now we're trying to have an attack here, 54th minute. Hopefully get a win here to obviously go through to the next round of Coppa d'Italia. No, we're not going to play that pass. We're going to play that one instead. Send Vlahovic into Depay. Depay now, can he burst away? Yes he can, his shot's been pulled though. Memphis Depay, cross goal. Memphis Depay went near post. I hate when that happens, but we get a corner here. Kostic should take it. It's pretty good from corners. Question is, can we find Vlahovic or like Bremer or Mancini? Gonna whip this one in here with Kostic. It's towards Bremer, but we can't get anyone end of it. Keep the ball though. Moretti now gets it into Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic now, cross goal. Dusan Vlahovic, stay by Maximiano. Now we get a counter attack here. 76th minute. This kick is just really annoying. Chiesa now. Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa lays it off to Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay shoots and it's saved. We'll get an attacker. Let me know if you prefer this camera angle or you prefer either one, because I can play either one. With this one I'm just more comfortable playing, I feel like. But I need to focus up here because this should be a goal. Dusan Vlahovic. There we go. 83rd minute. Dusan Vlahovic gets to decide, possibly the decisive goal to get us the victory. Let's get into the next highlight. And it's a 1-0 win up against Lazio. Let's continue with the episode. So we're going to sim this game here up against Lazio with this team. And hopefully get a win. As you can see, Mariake has been brought back because we've loaned out in Junior. So we're going to sim this game. Hopefully get a victory in the league. And we get a 3-2 victory. Moise Keane, Gatti getting a goal. And Mancini getting a goal. Love that. The youngster, obviously the cam, getting a goal there, not the centre back. As you can see in the Champions League, we've been drawn against Sevilla, which is quite a favourable draw for us. So we're going to get into this one, hopefully get a victory up against them. We're going to play with a first team here. As you can see, due to it being Sevilla, I'm going to bring Moretti into the side to get him some more game time. And yeah, let's get into this one, hopefully beat Sevilla to go through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Obviously, this is only the first leg. Let's hopefully get a good enough lead that we don't need to play a second leg. Got a press there, we got better of him. Okay, Vlahovic. Vlahovic getting to the centre. Dusan Vlahovic to make it 1-0. There we go. We're caught them on the press. And 5 minutes in here, we're taking early lead. Dusan Vlahovic. Puts the 1-0 up here. Yeah, let me know down below if you prefer this camera angle. Because it is easier for me to play on, because I can see the whole pitch. You know, I can play better football, I feel like. But if you want me to go back to the classic camera angle, I can do so. But yeah, this is a camera angle I prefer playing on, so make the decision as what you will. Okay, Pepe Gomez has got in behind there of Danilo, but Danilo comes in and gets the ball anyway. Jesus, that's a very physical challenge. And how was that not a foul? En-Nesyri's put him back level here, a couple of minutes later, but how was that not a foul? That's what I want to know. How was that challenge not a foul? I want to see that again. I want to see that challenge again. If we don't get to see it, okay, we're not going to. Oh no, we are. Look at that. I mean, he got the ball, but he clattered the man. But we're back level here, so let's hopefully go over and get a goal. Rakitic. Okay, I'm not getting good vibes on this game right now. I'm not getting good vibes from this game. I'm really not getting good vibes. How is it 2-1? Papa Gomez has just scored for them. And not only have they, you know, clattered Locatelli for the first goal, this goal would put in the challenges and blocks them over and over again. But somehow they score. Again though, just look at this press. Dusan Vlahovic now. Dusan Vlahovic though. Dusan Vlahovic, that should be a goal. Yes it is. Get the ball. Get the ball. We want more goals. We want to put this to bed. It's a good finish from Dusan Vlahovic. To be fair, it's a good run from him as well. He gets his second goal in the Champions League in 5 games. He's not scored yet in the Champions League. Throughout the group stage he didn't score. Gets to win this game. And we're back level here. Danilo Soler. So he scored a nice free kick in this episode. So if we can get an involvement here against Sevilla. Soler now. Pogba now. Rabiot to bend it. Yes! Adrian Rabiot, we brought him on for some fresh legs in midfield, and he possibly has got us a winner here up in Sevilla. It's good work from Soler down the wing to get it into the midfield, and then the ball over to from Pogba to Rabiot. See Pogba there, sees Rabiot's run. It's a good run from Rabiot, and then he just places it into the far corner. Nothing Bono can do about that one, and we're back in the lead here. Let's hopefully we can keep it for the rest of the game. Soler now. Pogba back out to Soler. Soler can get himself an involvement. Soler now. Is it over? There we go. Matthias Soler, you know what? We're going to celebrate this side so we can get involved. Come on, Soler. Come on, follow. Federico Chiesa has possibly got his winner here. Let's hope it's Soler. Is the first man into the celebration. Yes, he is. What an episode this guy's having. He scored that fantastic free kick earlier in the episode. He's got an assist there in the Champions League round of 16 to possibly get us a victory here, and it's good work from him. It's good patient play, plays it over, and then Chiesa just able to just poke it into the back of the net. And that should be the victory here. Here's Navas. There we go, Bremer. And Chesney just clear it. There we go, it's a 40 victory over Sevilla. Wasn't a comfortable win. Obviously we picked up 2 injuries in this game, so it's hopefully not that bad. Let's check out these injuries and go into more games. Okay, well, Manuel Locatelli is going to be out for 3 months with a broken toe, similar to how Pogba was at the start of this career mode. But luckily Memphis Depay is only out for 5 days, so it isn't too bad. But yeah, we're going to have to drop Locatelli from the first team, which is a big miss for us. He's been very good for us this season. Okay, we're going to sum this game up against Salernitana here with a second team. Hope we get a victory. And we end up getting a 2-0 victory. Pogba coming on getting a goal and McKennie getting the other goal. Okay, so this game up against Roma is actually a very big one because we are currently behind them in the league table. With, we're only 1 point behind them. We're 4th in the league and they are 3rd, I believe. So we're going to get into this one, I think. Did we play the highlights of this one? Yeah, we're going to play the highlights of this one up against Roma. Hope we get a victory because we have the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia after this as well up against AC Milan. Let's get into this one up against Roma and hopefully pick up a victory. Up against Roma, Wissam Ben Yedder versus Chesney. We're going to go to the left and it's saved by Chesney. And we can't get a counter attack going. I was hoping we could do, but we can't. But a free kick here, 22nd minute. Rabiot standing over it. Obviously in the midfield is now Pogba and Rabiot due to the injury to Locatelli. And here's Pogba. It's a rainy day here in Rome for this game. And on the volley, Memphis Depay shot is blocked. No, it's Chiesa actually, shot was blocked. Listen, Vlahovic now, his shot is blocked as well. Probably should look to our passer instead. But we get a solo run here, 26 minutes in. I think it's Depay or Chiesa on the ball, one of the two. It's Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa. He play that over the top to Vlahovic. Yes, he can, but Vlahovic can't get to it, so just a bit too much power on the ball. Then we get a corner here, Kostic. Now, you would expect this to be actually, like, dangerous on corners, but for some reason we're just not. We're going to whip this one in here with Kostic. And Vlahovic can't get his head onto it. Comes out to Depay, and that would have been a fantastic goal. Whereas it ends up being a fantastic save from Mignolet. That strike was incredible from Depay there. I call a player short and play that to him. And Kostic. Rabiot, back to Rabiot. Now Rabiot, power strike from range. Force here luckily to Dusan Vlahovic. And we're 1-0 up here. 48 minutes in here. We have dominated this game, to be fair. From what we've seen from the highlights anyway. We have looked a better team. Let's see if we can make it 2-0 here. And let's ensure we go back up to 3rd or 2nd place in the league table. Chiesa can get to that. Oh my god, he actually can. Gets it before Chris Smalling. Federico Chiesa, but Mignolet. What a game he's having. He's made 2 big saves now. Now Roma have a corner here. Let's see if we can defend this. Obviously there's some decent players in the box that can head the ball, like Tammy Abraham. It ends up being cleared by Bremer. Well, not all the way cleared though. So play it back into the box, okay. Interesting decision there, but the shot is taken. And Wissam Ben Yedder puts it into the top left corner. Let's see what the next highlight's going to be. Let's hopefully, okay, Roma get a solo run. Please don't do me like this game. Please don't do me like this. Okay, Roma now. Roma step in, get the ball. Okay, it's giving away a free kick. I certainly can go for it. You're not putting a player on the line, I don't care. I certainly might be going short with this. Yes, they are. Great challenge from Alejandro Gramado. Don't know why I called him by his first name there. But with a penalty here, do some Vlahovic standing over it. Hopefully I don't get the penalty glitch that's been happening to me recently where like, I time it on green like I just did there. And of course Milan makes a save. Of course Milan's finding stuff like AS Roma denying me of goals that should be going in. Okay. Can we get a 1-1 drop against Roma? Isn't great, but I guess we're going to take it. Okay, for this game up against AC Milan in the Coppa Italia semi-finals, we're going to play this one. And yeah, I'm just going to show you the goals that are going in this game. And if we get a win, so we can go through to the final of the Coppa Italia. And after this, we will have, I believe, a league game. Or the semi-finals of the Champions League. Not the semi-finals, the quarter-final. Not my brain. They're running 16 up against Sevilla. That's what I was trying to say. Let's get into this one up against AC Milan and hopefully pick up a victory. Rabiot now.
On the attack, is there to be late excitement?
Get the bye. Back out to Pogba. Pogba of course takes a horrible touch. That's why I want to. Moise Keane, no. That is why I brought him on. Moise Keane, when Vlahovic can't do it. Moise Keane proves he can do it yet again. Finds the back of the net, finally beats the unbeatable Mike Magnon. Well, he wasn't beatable up until this point. I'm not sure how many. I'll probably only show like a couple of highlights from this game because I don't want to show too many. But we've had over 20 shots and so many of them have been showed by Magnon. I'm going to show you the stats after this game just to show you how bad it's been in terms of like, well, how good his performance has been, I guess you could say. Oh, Antelovic, please no. Oh my god, I want to die. I just want... They've done nothing all game. They've had a couple of attacks, which I probably have shown, a couple of decent attacks. But of course the second I scored a score. And it's a goal like this. Like, what was that? And what is this marking? Moise Keane now, please just... Oh, of course, Kalulu. Oh, just... That's the first leg at least anyway. I'm going to show you the highlight, not the highlights, I'm going to show you the stats. Look at that. Let's go over to shooting and just show you how many of them were saved by Magnon and blocked. Look at that, 20 shots, 13 on target, 4 of them were blocked. I'm not sure how many were saved. Well, clearly 13 of them. But just... It was just... The fact they've made it 1-1 at the end. Let's just move on to our next game. Okay, this game up against Hellas Verona here. We need to get a victory in this one if we want Champions League football. Because this will put us into a Champions League place in the league table. We're going to start Chile in this one just for the rating. I'm going to quick sim this one here up against Hellas Verona with the second team. Hopefully get a victory. We'll get a 2-0 victory. Mancini gets another goal and De Chilio gets a goal. Okay, finally getting the episode here. We're just going to quick send this one up against Sevilla because we are 4-2 up, so I feel like we should get a victory here. If we don't, then clearly something is going against us in the world and someone in the higher room does not want us to go through. We're going to quick send this one. And we get a 2-0 victory. Vlahovic scores twice. Love to see it. And you can see, end the episode here. We currently sit in 3rd place in the league. So we have dropped down by 1 position, but obviously are 1 point behind Napoli. And we will face them in the next episode. That is a big game for us. And yeah, I've just got one question to ask you at the very end of the video. The same question that I asked you towards the start of the video. Is, depending on whether they have changed the fact that this is happening or not, we head over here to the squad hub. We have a look at Lionel Messi. Did we bring him in on a pre-contract signing for season 2? Obviously it would be a fantastic thing for us to do. A nice little storyline we can run with him. I explained it at the start of the video, so if you want me to do it, let me know in the comments below and I'll make it a thing next episode. We can play him as a centre forward, right wing, you know, cam, left wing, wherever we need to play him. Preferably at centre forward due to him not having the most pace anymore. And his passing being absolutely incredible. So let me know if we should bring in Lionel Messi, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.